Y'all, what's up? It's your boy Nitro Hot Fire here once again, back with my boy Khalil. And today we're gonna be talking about well, first before we hop in, I want to apologize that we haven't been here. I've been kind of sick and stressed, a whole bunch of other stuff. I got a lot of stuff going on, but we're back. We're gonna try to do as much as we can to stay here as long as we can, and we're gonna do videos and stuff as much as we can. So, what we're going to be talking about today, see I got my notes and stuff here. We're going to be talking about, as you can see from the title, why Black Panther is important to the black culture and black history. So without further ado, well, let's hop right in. Alright, so what we're going to talk about today is we're going to talk about the Black Panther movie, but in the sense that we're going to kind of talk about Black History Month as a whole, in a sense, because a lot of people are constantly wondering, like, why is Black history even a thing? Why does it exist? And what is it used for? Now, I kind of have a theory on it, which I haven't really shared to too many people, maybe like one or two other people. I've probably heard this theory. You haven't even heard this theory, actually, yet.
I'm sitting here this whole time and keeping secrets.
So the thing I want to bring up is, I think Black History Month, in a sense, is important because of the fact that black people like us, we actually got to America years and years and years and years and years and years, lots of years ago, through slavery, which wasn't a cool time for our country and America, but you know, it happened. And so without it happening, we wouldn't be here entertaining you nice few people that might be watching. So the thing about it is, though, that during the slave trades and the expeditions, a lot of people died, a lot of black people died. A lot of black people have been sold off, families have been broken, separated, and moved to other parts of the country, and some people completely lost their families altogether, and then there are other people who have had their families killed. So the whole reason I think that, not necessarily that of why we have Black History Month, but more so of why it's important. I think it's important because of the fact that majority of other races of people in America can actually trace their lineages back to their ancestors. Some people know where they come from, as far as they come from Vikings, knights, and some people are like, hey, I'm related to like this ancient knight that was in Europe and blah blah blah. And so black people really can't do that. Now fast forward in 100 years or so from this point forward, like we actually may have a way to kind of trace a lot of people's lineages back to around this time period, because of Black History Month being a thing. Is highlighting different accomplishments that black people have and different things of that nature. So what do you think about that? You know,
I kind of agree with this, like wholeheartedly. The most I know about myself is that I have Egyptian heritage, but that's it.
Yeah.
I don't know anything else.
Now, how did you find that out?
My granny.
Oh, okay.
I was just like, oh, that's interesting. So well, that and Cherokee Indian, but at this point it's like, who isn't Cherokee?
Yeah. Exactly. At least in our area. We live in Alabama.
Like prerequisite.
So it's really, I think it's gonna be something that's really important for a lot of people of color to trace back their lineages to this time frame. People be like, hey, I was related to Martin Luther King or Malcolm X or Rosa Parks, or these are people that, you know, it's my great grandfather, great grandmother, and things like that. It was like, hey, I was related to those people.
Oh, yeah.
So I think that's gonna be something that's very important.
Fresh start.
Exactly. So people's lineages are gonna somewhat be restored, but at the same time, they're not gonna be able to go back as far as other people of different ethnicities. So what's really important going into Black Panther, the thing about Black Panther movie that's really important to black culture is the fact that, you know, it's a majority black cast, and that's really important because of the fact that majority of Hollywood films that are coming out on a yearly basis or even on the monthly basis, different movies that are coming out, a majority white people or basically, yeah, most of the people movies in America are majority white people, which kind of makes sense mathematically because there are more white people in America than any other race. But at the same time, though, it's also really good to see a movie that's kind of like, hey, this is us, you know.
Finally cosplay.
Yeah, especially that. You know, it's actually a lot of negativity in the cosplay community from like different people of color cosplaying other characters who aren't of color, and a lot of people have a problem with that. It's like, hey, you can't cosplay this character because you're not white, and that is actually a major thing. Like, I have cosplayer friends who actually get lots and lots of hate messages every day about their cosplays that they're doing, and they can't do them because they're not white. And it's not like they're like putting on makeup or anything, trying to make themselves look white. It's like, hey, I just like this character design, I like the outfit, I'm gonna make this and I'm gonna wear it. And then people are like, no, you can't do that. So, which, you know, so now it's kind of like, hey, we got something that we can cosplay. Like, you know, there are other characters that you could cosplay, but at the same time, sometimes you want more diversity in things that you're able to do without. You're able to do more accurately, I think.
Yeah, just be able to expand the library of like things to choose from, rather than all of us this month, which is probably going to happen, going to cosplay as Black Panther. But you know, it's just like it's adding more things. Not that like Black Panther hadn't always been there, but now it's like, hey, finally he's like in the spotlight.
Exactly. And I think another thing that's really important as well is the fact that a lot of a lot of younger people in the generation, like younger black kids, they don't get to watch TV and see like black superheroes and things like that. So studies have actually shown that a lot of these kids grow up thinking that they can't do phenomenal things and they think that there's a result of that is because there's not much black people or black superheroes on TV doing good things. Like, you usually see them as the bank robbers or the guy that's mugging somebody, or like even the Hispanics, you see them as gang members or people in sombreros or the mariachis. It's like, bruh, like like we're like people in our culture is like we're much deeper than just robbing people and mugging people at night and stuff like that, and breaking in the houses, murdering people. Like, so it's kind of like that's the stigma that you see.
And that's kind of what we've also like taken upon ourselves also as creators, is to kind of move away from that stigma.
Exactly, because I remember I was talking to somebody. One of the girls I had a friend before. She was hanging out a lot. Most of her friends were black. And her sister yelled out, "Why are you hanging out with them so late at night? Don't you know they can rape you?" And I'm like, sitting right here, like, really? So, and it's not something I blame her for, but I blame the media, because that's pretty much all she sees on TV is just black folks robbing and raping folks. Like,
I don't do any of that robbing and raping.
Yeah, robbing and raping is not cool. Y'all shouldn't do that. But
I do a lot of gaming and sleeping.
So we just wanted to make this quick video to kind of talk about just why Black Panther is important to the culture. I know that like, years from now, you know, a lot of people will be able to trace their lineage back to the actors and stuff in the films that from the Black Panther movie. So that's going to be really important for, you know, preservation of the lineage and the culture and things like that. So I'm pretty excited for that too.
Also, it's taking something that like within the past that had like even though the group itself wasn't like a terrorist group, because they were actually trying to bring positivity, but like, you know, taking an alternative route for it, it kind of gives that name more positive connotation as well.
Oh yeah.
So it's like
it fixes the search engine optimization. The Google searches. But you know, let us guys know what you think. How the Black Panther movie is gonna be. If you've seen it already by the time you've seen this video, you know, let us know what you thought about it and what you think about, you know, how it affects black culture and things like that. If you have any questions about, I guess, black culture and things of that nature, I'll be happy to answer them in the comment section down below as well. Or you can also hit me up on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram at NerdTorchTV. And that's all we have for this video today. We out. Peace.
Never freeze. It's in the trailer for the movie.